Hi, I'm Rich Lasner from Line 6. I'm the Director of Instrument Products there. I'm basically in charge of the Variax guitars, and today I wanted to talk to you about a couple of new instruments in the Acoustic Variax lineup, the Acoustic 300 series. We have two new guitars coming out that I'm really excited about. And first, let me tell you a little bit about what's different from this guitar, the 300 series, and the current 700 guitars that we make. This guitar has a built-in chromatic tuner in the instrument. You can tune up anytime, any place. You don't need an external tuner. It also has 10 programmable settings on the instrument that you can save compressor, reverb, your size of the body setting, whatever you like, and make it your own personal settings on 10 different programs. What we also have inside of here is our exclusive microphone placement control. This control allows you to take a virtual large diaphragm microphone and move it in the air from near the strings on the fingerboard to directly over the sound hole, just like you would do in a recording situation or a live performance. Leave that setting anywhere you like, and then save it for your own personal choice. So as I move this, now here's the mic up near the top, and now over the sound hole where you can hear it's boomy. No other instrument gives you that choice. We've also built a reverb into this and a compressor so you can get just the right room ambience that you like, as well as a professional level compressor to get everything to sound just right. So, from dry to very wet. That's also able to be saved in each and every program on this guitar. What's really unique about this instrument and makes it really cool for the guitar player is you have a simple knob right here that's body size. No other instrument on the market has this. What it allows you to do is go from a very small parlor-sized guitar with a very little body, and by turning this knob, go all the way up to a very large jumbo-sized guitar. Anywhere in between, and you can save any of those settings. Let me show you what I mean. If I put it on the smallest body on the parlor guitar and play a few things in a finger style, you'll hear what sounds like a really small instrument. Very clear, bright, even with the bottom end being very smooth with the mid-range and the upper end. As I go all the way to the other side of this, you get a really large jumbo-sized guitar. That has the presence and body of a really large acoustic guitar. The other nice thing about all this is in live situations, this guitar is more resistant to feedback than any fully hollow acoustic electric guitar ever made. So you can have all the fun in your studio, jamming with your friends, or in a live performance situation and don't have to worry about feeding back, which is a huge deal. It comes in two models. This is a steel string guitar, and over here we have the exact same thing in nylon. Where this one goes from a small parlor-sized guitar to a large jumbo steel string, this starts with a really wonderful, punchy, bright Spanish flamenco guitar. And as you turn the model knob to the larger guitar, you get a gorgeous Spanish Burnaby classical guitar with a warm, round, full nylon tone. And again, all the same things apply. Reverb, compressor, your microphone placement, body size, chromatic tuner, it's all in one package. And it's a first of its kind. Nobody's ever made a product like this. The very first Variax guitar concept came about because we realized that the variety of sounds that any guitar player wanted to use, either in a recording studio, in a live performance, meant that you had to own a wide variety of instruments. You had to be able to play the different scale lengths and feelings and neck shapes from a Gibson 335 and a Les Paul Telecaster Strat to an acoustic guitar. Not only is that expensive for the guitar player, but it's really difficult to master. Most people are very comfortable with one main instrument. Everything else is a little difficult to move to, but we realize that all guitar players want as many sounds as possible, but it's usually not simple to do. So the concept of digital modeling had already been developed by Line 6 for the amplifiers. And in having that, the idea was, we already know how to model an amp. Perhaps we can apply the same technology to the guitar. So the result was that you were able to have one instrument with 25 different instruments on it and choose whatever you like, and therefore allow a guitar player to have any idea come into his head and get it to come out of one guitar. And that was the goal. When I joined this company, my background is in designing traditional electric guitars. I was at Ibanez and Yamaha and PV, and I had my own company called Modulus in California making graphite basses and guitars. And I was one of those people. I was the person that said, it's not a 52 Telecaster, I don't want this, in my head. But when I understood the idea that when the Broadcaster was introduced, all the major artists and magazines said, oh, this is terrible. It's not a real guitar. The sound doesn't come from the wood, it comes from some pickup. This is terrible. I feel we're in the same place, exactly. That what we provide, people want, but a lot of people are blocked by their traditional belief, and it's my job to get as many artists and musicians as possible to try it and to understand that just like a magnetic pickup on a guitar completely changes the real sound of the string that you hear come from the amplifier, our modeling just does a different version of that. It's modifying what you hear, but it's still all based on the real string sound. It's not a synthesizer, and it's not a sample. You're actually hearing the string. Edge used two of our guitars every night, along with lots of other instruments. 9-inch nails toured with our guitars. And we're getting more and more people like that. Lenny Kravitz uses the acoustic. We're having more and more top players finally being comfortable. And honestly, I think a lot of it is an image thing, at least in America, the traditional aspect of putting a vintage Martin guitar around your neck and standing there. It's a visual cue that you're right. It means I understand tradition and I made the right choice. We're a new choice. It's going to take time. I go into many recording studios and I come in with this shirt on and go, you're the Line 6 guy, right? And I say, yeah. And underneath the desk, he pulls out a very beat up old pod and says, this is the lead guitar sound on everything I record, but don't tell the artist. It's a solution to so many problems that everybody accepts it, but a lot of people want to have that traditional look, and that's okay. We're fine with that. We just know that the pod is the sound you hear on so many recordings because it's the right solution. It's so simple to use. In fact, you even have one here. So see, it's everywhere. I was amazed when in the studios in America, I travel around a lot and see them. The guys who record drums, one of the most popular things to do in the States is process drums through a pod. Very, very popular. It's on lots of records, but to a lot of guys it's secret. We call it secret sauce. You don't tell your secret of how to get your sound. For many of these guys, it's the pod.
Okay, it's Lenny Kravitz, so.
No! I didn't say it, Lenny.